Y'all, look how smooth that is. Come on, somebody. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. For those of you that are coming on, please hit that like button, hit that share button, and tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know Ramon Preston, the squad, and the Ramon Preston Show. Guess what? We are live in his house on this beautiful, fabulous, favor-filled Friday, right in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Wherever you're watching us or listening to us from, please put in the comments the name of your city or wherever you are that you're representing today. Shout out to all of our community members, those of you that continue to follow us and engage us and be a part of what we're doing to help as many people as we possibly can get to their business, their ministry, their financial next level. I want you to make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page. We are quickly approaching 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think we have over 6,000 followers on LinkedIn, which that's a very, very important page as well. But we love YouTube because all of you YouTubers, all of you just continue to support us on a whole nother level. And we appreciate that. Facebook, we have 3 pages on Facebook. I have a personal page, a business page, Ramon Preston Enterprises, and the RP Consulting Group. We have a LinkedIn. What else didn't mention? Instagram. We got TikTok, You Don't Stop, and everything else. But anyway, I just want to say thank you to all of you that continue to support the movement and who continue to really help us help others do what we do best. So again, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, text somebody. Maybe if you're in another room, call them in and tell them they need to be a part of the Ramon Preston Show today. Now, I do have an offer that we started introducing yesterday that I'm going to extend to you today. It's going to be for our upcoming sales and marketing workshop. We have a VIP sales and marketing workshop that we're going to be hosting on Saturday, November the 20th. It's going to be a 4-hour deep dive where we get into the nuts and bolts of what type of sales system and cycle do you need? What type of marketing system and really cycle do you need? And we're going to give you some nuts and bolts to put both of them together. One of the reasons why I decided to take what is typically 2 workshops. We have a sales workshop and a marketing workshop. One of the reasons why I decided to put both of these workshops together for November the 20th is because the overwhelming majority of our coaching community, all of our clients and members, unanimously almost said we want both. Because in one of our coaching calls, I asked a group of people, it's close to 20 on there, and they spoke up real quick. They was like, no, we want both. I was like, do y'all want sales or marketing? Even when I talked to my team, let's just do both. And so we decided to put together the best of both of those worlds for sales and marketing. And we're going to be hosting, it's going to be a live in-person event here in Buckhead, and it will be a live virtual event. And so I have let me say this, because you better get ready when I give you this offer, because it may change by Monday. I have a one-time offer that I'm going to extend to you at the end of today's show, and you're going to have to respond. So let me give you a cheat code. Let me give you a cheat code. When I extend the offer, all you're going to have to do is text VIP to 404-478-7213. So you're going to be texting VIP to 404-478-7213. This offer is such a good offer. We haven't even updated our website and our platform or our landing page to reflect this offer. What do you say? Exactly. I just had this grand idea and I was like, you know what? I'm going forward on the show and I'm going to just get whoever want to respond to text us. And again, this offer is going to be a game changer. Of course, if you can make it in person, it will be much more advantageous, because even though we designate 4 hours for our workshops and our masterminds, those 4 hours turns into 6 or 7 hours easy. And we're going to be really working with you to make sure that you have a solid sales system and cycle. We're going to make sure that you have a sales script. We're going to make sure that you're able to flesh that thing out so that you can just communicate on a more professional level. We're going to work with you just on putting a marketing system and cycle together, something that you can feel good about and confident in to go to the market and actually work both of those principles and practices in your business. I guarantee it's going to change your life. My team and I, we work these same systems and cycles and scripts, and it works for us. And we continue to build on it, but at least we have something to build on. So anyway, that will be at the end of the show. So for those of you that have already liked, you've already shared, you've already tagged, you've already screamed to the other room and told family members to come in, or whoever, or wherever you are, let me say, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston. Every Monday through Friday, we show up here to share with you information that is strategically and specifically designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. And you can rest assured, I say it almost every day that I remember, you can rest assured all the information that we share with you on this show is a direct extension of our consulting division, our coaching division, and our training division. And the good thing about our consulting and coaching divisions, we don't just provide the services of coaching and consulting. We have in our coaching and consulting divisions training built into it. So you're not going to just have a service provider that will consult you, or a program that's going to coach you. You actually have a training component that will train you so that even when the project that we work on as consultants with you is over, even when the coaching program is over, we have trained you enough that you can build on that and continue to repeat that and replicate that with your customers, with your clients, and even with your staff. And so I'm appreciative to all of you who have already joined our coaching program, all of you that are participating in our online training program, particularly our Blueprint Game Plan, which is our 5-step wealth building system that we use to teach people the fundamentals of business ownership, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, real estate investing, and family legacy wealth building. I'm just grateful and appreciative to all of you. And so I'm going to make sure that we talk to all of you wherever you are by the end of this show to give you some extended offers to be a part of our community. I want you to end 2021 strong. I want you to end it successful, but I also want you to end it scaling to places where you can see the results. And let me tell you something. We always hear people say it, numbers don't lie. And numbers don't lie. People lie. Or as we say, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. And just because a liar uses numbers don't mean the numbers are lying. It just means that the liar tried to manipulate the numbers because they're liars, but the numbers don't lie. And I'm saying all that to say, I want your numbers to go up. I want the number of deals in your business to go up. I want the number of opportunities in your organization to go up. I want your numbers, your sales, your income, your investments, all those numbers need to go up. How many of you could do better for yourself, for your family, for your business, your ministry, for your community if your numbers went up? Well, that's what our claim to fame is. And that's why today I want to talk to you about the power of properly starting, structuring, and scaling your business. Now, a few things I want to cover before we get into the power of starting, structuring. I write horrible when I'm running my mouth. Structuring and scaling. Before we get into these three like main elements of our business, let me say this. Two of our primary like claim to fame, or more appropriately speaking, two of our primary value propositions, which are things that we claim, and things that we advertise and market to reflect what we're really good at, what our core competencies are. Those two are, number one, what we use as a value proposition to share with you is we can help you increase your income by 30% in 30 days. Now, of course, that would be 30 days from the day that we start servicing you as a coaching client or a consulting client, okay? That doesn't necessarily mean that it always happens, but what we say is that if you allow us to assess your business and your financial situation, we can claim that we know your income will increase by 30% within the first 30 days. And one of the reasons why I know we can use this as a value proposition is because the numbers don't lie. Most of the clients, even customers that we've worked with, when it comes to their businesses or their finances, have seen it. And here's what the good part is. I was just thinking about this earlier. We always talk about what we can do for other people, like, oh, we'll increase your income by 30% in the first 30 days. But we very rarely talk about how our staff implements that same principle. Like, everybody that works on my team have already had that conversation with me on, okay, here's what your salary is, here's what your base pay is, but let me show you how you can increase that to incentivize doing even more with your job description, with your role, so that you can feel even more excited about showing up and doing your job, fulfilling your role. I implement the same strategies in my own life. So, okay, all of us that work for our company, we have a role. We have a position. This is my job, and here's my job description. There are certain things that I have to do every day when I show up. But then there's another strategic piece that I add to everybody's role who works for Ramon Preston Enterprises, to give them an opportunity to see how those strategies and principles of increase work. And they can see it just like that. All you have to do is implement the strategy, and boom, you see the increase. So we're not just claiming this for our clients and customers. We're doing it within our company. So that's a big value proposition, to be able to know that whatever it is we claim and we can do for you, we're doing it for ourselves. So our team averages at least 30% more of their base salary every 30 days, if not more. You know why? Because the same strategies that we're giving to you, the same principles and practices that we're coaching and consulting and training you on, we live in it ourselves. I mean, we're supposed to be the ones who are living it so that we can prove it to you. So anyway, that's the first, claim to fame. That's our first value proposition, is that we can help you increase your income by 30% in 30 days. Now, the second value proposition that we have in our company is that we can help you start, structure, and scale any business, any ministry, any income stream, any wealth building dream. And the first two parts of this value proposition, which are starting and structuring, we can actually do that within 5 days. Like, literally, you can call us today. We can talk to you about starting and structuring a holding company, LLC, an operating company, LLC, divisions or other subsidiaries. And literally, we can plug you into our system on how we start and structure businesses. And within 5 days, let's say if we started today, say what now? 5 business days. That's what I was thinking. Today is Friday, so Saturday and Sunday won't count because we have a legal team that helps us expedite this process. But if we started today, you could basically say today, by Thursday of next week, within a full business week, we could have your articles of organization filed. We can have your operating agreement filed. We can have your certificate of good standing, your EIN number, like everything could be done within 5 business days. And that's one of our value propositions. And so that's why today I wanted to just take a few minutes to talk to you about the power of properly starting, structuring, and scaling your business, your ministry, your income streams, your wealth building dreams, your organization as a whole. Now, one of the reasons why I use starting, structuring, scaling businesses, ministries, income streams, and wealth building dreams, because everybody doesn't have a business. Some people who listen to me because I'm a leader in the faith community. I'm an apostle to my nonprofit organization, to my church charter. I'm a prophet when I preach and teach. I'm a speaker. I'm a leader in the faith community. So I understand the business of ministry. There's a business component to ministry. And we're getting ready to put some campaigns together for all of you who are ministry leaders. You have nonprofit organizations, or you dream about having them, or if you're pastors or just itinerant preachers. I really want to help you, and we're working on putting a massive campaign together, because I really need to get in front of more pastors. I need to talk with more pastors, more fivefold ministry leaders, because a lot of you in ministry are suffering today, especially because of the pandemic and how the quarantine and then the extended pandemic issues, how they just crippled and literally disrupted the way we do church and the way we do ministry. And here's the thing: if people haven't been showing up to your church, if people haven't been really engaging in ministry or nonprofit, philanthropic or humanitarian activities since March of 2020, that has a major economic impact on that church, on that nonprofit, on that pastor, on that minister. If you're a traveling minister, if you take care of yourself from speaking engagements or preaching engagements or lecturing or training others, it's been massively disruptive and disappointing and very detrimental to a lot of people. So I just want you to keep in mind that all these principles that I talk about that seem to just relate to business or finance are really about life. That's why we want to help you. And in order for you to see the results, you have to think about, okay, how am I going to get started? How am I going to structure what I start? And how can I scale what I start and I structure? And so for a few minutes today, I'm going to really just kind of go right out of my own value proposition playbook, just to show you this is what we do every day, like every day of the week, with the exception of Saturdays and Sundays sometime. And that just depends, because if we got business to do on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to do it. Believe that. But let's just say what we do full time in our business is we specialize in helping people start, structure, and scale those things that they want to start, structure, and scale. So what is the power? What is the power of properly starting, structuring, and scaling your business, your ministry? And I'm going to just use the word business, okay? Can we just establish this for the next few minutes that I have with you on this Friday? Because I don't want to waste your time. So let's just establish this, okay? When I use the word business, I'm talking about your ministry, I'm talking about your nonprofit, I'm talking about foundations, I'm talking about your personal income streams. You could be a 1099, you could be an independent contractor, you could be a network marketer, you could be a preacher that just travels, you could be a lecturer. Wherever you are, there's a business component to everything we do in life. Can we all agree on that? Okay, so when I say business, I'm talking about everything. I'm not just talking about business, because I get so many people to be like, well, I ain't got no business. How does that apply to me? You are a business, boo. You are a business, bruh. And you have to understand that your life is a business. Your household is a business, or there is at least a business element or component to your life, to your house, to your marriage, to your job as a W-2 employee. You're still a business because you have to generate revenue by performing certain activities. So what is the power? What is the power of properly starting, structuring, and scaling? We'll just go through one at a time, because the power of properly starting your business is seen in how you, and I'm going to walk you through my own personal playbook so that it can all make sense to you. The power is seen in how you, file, B, how you form your business. Now, for those of you that have followed me for some time, you know I teach. I like religiously teach on one main concept. Can you guess what that one main concept is that I religiously preach and teach about? I religiously preach and teach about the holding company concept. And I just love when people listen to me enough that they understand the holding company concept is not limited to filing and forming a business, but it is the fuel to how you file and form your business. This is the power of properly starting your business. Now, I know sometimes you can put the chariot before the horse and say, you know what, let me just try to figure out other things before I figure this part out. But here's what I've learned in my own experience, in my studies, in my research, and in my own personal business development. I learned that starting a business the right way the first time eliminates a lot of mental and mechanical glitches that you typically deal with when it hasn't been started right the first time. So what do you mean by started right the first time? Let me give you some examples because I see it almost every day with potential clients and even with clients that we have in our ecosystem. When your business entity is not started right the first time, you typically have to go back and either start a new company or you have to reorganize your current company so that you can free yourself up from the mental and mechanical limitations that you have. So let's say, for example, if you are an entrepreneur and you have a certain product, or let's say you have a certain service that you provide, okay? Now this product and service that you provide, you're out here trying to sell it to make money into the marketplace, correct? But what happens is, if you are an entrepreneur, and most entrepreneurs are creative, but it doesn't mean that they're savvy business owners. It just means that they are creative enough to come up with an idea that becomes a product or a service that they could take to the market and make money on. So this could easily be considered just a hustler, a grinder, a go-getter, a 1099 contractor, a network marketer. You're able to put your mind around some ideas to have products and services that you can take to the market. But when you start your business, whether it's a LLC, whether it's a S corporation, whether it's a partnership, whatever type of legal entity, you start your business around. That means you've gone to the Secretary of State, you filed for your LLC, you formed it, you have your EIN number, you have a bank account, you're working on your DNB, your Duns and Bradstreet, your Paydex score, you're working on trade lines and U lines. And I bring a lot of that stuff up because a lot of times business owners get stuck in the minutia of all those things. You're working on your logo, you're working on your domain. All those things are essential. But if you did not start this whole entire organizational enterprise the right way the first time, Once you start banging the market, meaning that once you start getting out there selling products and selling services, because you are an entrepreneur and you're creative, you're going to realize that you're hitting brick walls. A lot of those brick walls can come from you not making enough sales to keep your business going. And it's not because your products and services are bad. It's not because your sales pitches or your marketing is bad. A lot of times it's not working or it's not producing results simply because of how you started your business. So if this is the top, if this is the ceiling, if this is the umbrella, and this umbrella business or LLC is based on products and services, well, how are you going to grow from that? Now what happens is you get another idea. And what do? You start LLC number 2 over here. Then you get another idea. Then you start LLC number 3 right here. And all of a sudden, you as a person own this business, you as a person own this business, and you as a person own that business. Now imagine you owning 3 businesses where you're the single member, or if it's you and your boo or partner, y'all owning 3 businesses, and you don't even know how to go to the market to reflect all 3 businesses. So now you're confused. Man, should I market myself as business number 1? Should I do my website for business number 3? Or should I just focus all my attention on business number 2? Because you did not properly start your business correctly. And so when you are educated in this, because you have people like me who understand the power of starting, structuring, and scaling businesses correctly, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you that your first company needs to be a holding company. And everybody has their own opinions about it, but most of the people who have opinions about holding companies ain't even got a clue what a holding company is, number 1. All right. So I would say, if you come to me and say, okay, Ramon, listen, I want to get into business, or I'm in the business, but I want to legitimize my business, or I have a business or 2 businesses, or I work a job. I'm a network marketer. I do a little work on the side, and I did form an LLC 4 years ago. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assess your situation. This is the power of coaching too, and the power of getting consulted on these powerful principles. I'm going to say, we're not going to scrap everything. Let's just properly assess it. And I'll give you a perfect world scenario, because I do this all the time with our clients. My perfect world scenario will be that your first company needs to be a holding company. In most cases, your holding company is going to be an LLC. Now, I know people be arguing and people be debating about, well, shouldn't it be an S Corp? Well, if you have a good CPA or some type of firm that you work with that understands the legalities of businesses. Of course, you can cross-reference stuff like this that we talk about, because I'm not a CPA, I'm not a tax strategist, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know all the legalities. All I know is what I know, and the people that I work with in terms of CPAs and tax strategists and attorneys. If I bring what I know to them and what I'm doing to them, if there's a glitch, they'll show me where the glitch is, and we'll fix it and we'll keep it moving. But just in my own personal experience, everything that I've created, it's working. And the people that I work with, the lawyers and the CPAs and tax strategists, they're all like, hey, just for you to have figured all this out by yourself without having these people or having these types of relationships and resources, you've done extraordinarily well. So what I'm saying has been vetted by a lot of experts. So back to my point. I will say your first company needs to be a holding company, LLC. It needs to be a holding company, which means you are the owner of the holding company. It's you, or if it's your spouse, you know, it's y'all. Okay? Now, again, your holding company can be treated differently for tax purposes, but that will be a tax issue that you would need to talk to your CPA or your tax strategist or whoever the expert is, attorney or legal advisor that you work with. I'm not that person, so I can't get into the details of those tax code legalities. But on the surface, this is how your first company should be. Now, you might be saying to yourself, yeah, but I really just want to sell a product, or I just want to provide a service, whatever that product and service is. I'm still telling you to make sure that your first company is your holding company, because remember, I'm showing you how to properly start and properly structure so that at some point you could properly scale your business. Now, there may be products and services that you are providing. Let's say, for example, if you are selling apparel, this could be an apparel company. A service, this could be a cleaning company. I'm just giving you some basic examples, some common examples. I ain't gonna say basic, they're common examples. So let's say if your product is apparel, your service is cleaning. Why am I gonna start my first company as a holding company when I have an apparel company or when I have a cleaning company? Well, notice just how we reset this infrastructure. Your product and service company is not at the top anymore. So now you have plenty room to grow and expand, because this is not going to be your holding company LLC. This is going to be your operating company LLC. So now the fact that you have reset properly this infrastructure, now your products and services are not going to confuse and convolute and clutter your mind or the mechanics of how you run your organization, because you've already put yourself in a position to not only own operational LLCs that sell products and provide services, but now you put yourself in a position to have a parent organization that can create new products, new services, come up with new ideas. And when you go to the market, from this perspective, it makes you look more valuable. Okay, so there's a thing called perceived value. All right, and perceived value basically means if you're out here trying to be the apparel person, I may not see you or perceive you the same way if I know that, yes, you have an apparel company or your main company has an apparel division, but you've positioned yourself in the market in a way because you started your first company correctly or properly or the right way. All right. So if I'm kind of confusing you on that, just drop in the comments whatever questions that you might have. I would be more than happy. I'll be more than happy to at least answer the questions as best as I can. If it's like specific to what you are doing in your company right now, I may need to look at it a little deeper. We may just have to set up a few minutes over the phone so we can talk. But this would be the proper way to start your company. So you want to start your first company as a holding company. In this case, we're saying, as an example, an LLC. You or you and your spouse are the owners, right? Now, your operating company, depending on the nature of your business, depending on the risk and the legalities of your business, this can either be a division or it may need to be a full-fledged subsidiary. And so the division is really not a separate LLC. The division is just an operating department that you have in your main company until it gets big enough or get the momentum, or until or unless there is a risk involved, a liability involved, where it's better for you to separate it. But off the start, sometimes you could just operate certain things that you want to do as apparel or something, may not be cleaning, that may need to be separated, but you can operate it as a division. But this would be the proper way to start it. And I'm kind of already getting into the structure part, so I'll erase it so we can kind of clear our brain up a little bit and understand where we're going. So again, The power of properly starting your business is going to be centered around you filing. Let's just put start, and we'll just put file, and we'll put form, just to make it easy. All right. Then if we put structure, what is the power behind structure? If we put structure, I would say filter and function. These are just kind of like common words that I use. So in filing and forming my company, this is where I'm going to have my EIN. This is where I'm going to have my LLC, the holding company. This is where you're going to get your articles. This is all the legal stuff that centers around you filing and forming. When you get to the structure, this is where it kind of gets complicated, because when you're filing and forming your LLC, even if you're saying, okay, I'm going to file my LLC, my first company, as a holding company, it doesn't mean you understand the concept behind having a holding company. This is where a lot of people get it wrong, because they do all their research, they do all their study, and they're like, oh, I get it now. Okay, I need my first LLC to be a holding company. Then they go out there, file and form new paperwork, categorize their new company as a holding company, but they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to run it. They don't even understand what the concept is behind it. Do you understand what I mean? So it's kind of like you saying, all right, I want a four-wheeler or a dirt bike. Let's say if you say, I want a dirt bike, right? So your dirt bike could be you filing and forming. So you go to the bike shop, you go get you a Kawasaki 500, or you go get you a Honda CR 250, and you got it. You filed it, right? You formed it. You have the product or the bike in your possession. The problem is what? If you don't know how to ride it, if you don't know how to shift the gears, if you don't know how to change the oil, if you don't know what 2-cycle oil means, if you don't know what tread you need, if you don't understand any of the concepts behind riding that dirt bike, what you gonna do with that dirt bike? You're either gonna sell it, take it back, or just sit in your garage and let it go to waste. Why? Because you may have started it correctly, properly, the right way. You may have went and bought it, you paid for it, you got it, you own it, but the structure side, you don't know how to use it functionally. You don't understand the mechanics behind it. And so when I talk about structuring your business, you have to remember that there's a concept. There's a concept. Maybe some people don't know what the word concept means. So let's all do a quick study together and look up the word concept. How about that? Let's look up the word concept. So what is a concept? Because Ramon, you always talking about this holding company concept like it's something you know nobody else don't know. No, not really. No, that's not what I'm doing. So here's what a concept is. A concept is an idea. Concept is an idea. It is a general notion. What else is a concept is? Give me some examples of concepts. Okay, I'm looking. I'm seeing if it's anything here that makes sense. Okay, it's a thought. It's a thought. It's a thought conceived in the mind. So when I talk about the holding company concept, I'm talking about if you filed and formed your LLC, your EIN, you got your articles of organization, and you categorize that LLC as a holding company. What I'm talking about when I say concept is, how am I going to use this LLC to minimize my tax liability, maximize my profitability, provide layers of protection, provide purchasing power, How am I going to use it to move assets around and control assets and diversify my assets, not outside of my business system, but within my business system? This is where the concept comes from, because you have to learn the concepts, the principles, your ideas, your notions, your thoughts that are conceived with regard to running a company have to change. Because when you have a holding company, a lot of people don't know this, but I know this. When you have a holding company, let me just put it up here real quick. When you have a holding company, what you actually have is an asset management entity. I'm just trying to make it as simple as I can. So when you have a holding company, you actually have an entity that is being used to manage other assets. So in essence, if your holding company equals an asset management entity, I want you to conceptualize this. I want you to wrap this around your mind. If your holding company is considered or equals to an asset management entity, then what does that make you? What would that make you? Here's what it will make you. It will make you an asset manager. So now you're not just a business. Oh, I am really screwing up. I can't even spell the word business, huh? I'm too excited, ain't it? You're not just a business operator, because this is what most business owners are. Most business owners are business operators. How do you know that? Well, they're just operating their tree trimming business. They're just operating their construction business. They're just operating their apparel business. They're just operating their service providing business or their product selling business. They're business operators, but they're not asset managers. You know why? Because they may not even have any assets, or at least they don't think they have assets, because they have not conceptualized, or they have not been exposed to concepts that make their business operation better if they incorporated them and integrated them into their business system. This is powerful, y'all. What I'm sharing with you, oh my God, I'm shocked that I be putting all this free information on social media. I'm serious. Like, I was just talking to somebody yesterday, and I was telling them, all you got to do is go to YouTube. If you want to find out anything about what I'm teaching, if I know what I'm talking about, all you got to go to YouTube. And if you are good at reading people, there are over 700 videos we have on YouTube alone. If you're good at reading people, I'll see how good you are. You will watch, you're not going to watch all 700 of them. I know you're not. But just scroll through, just jump on my videos for like 20 or 30 seconds. Here's what you're going to find out. The dude is talking and he don't even hardly be having notes. The dude is talking and he ain't got no script. He ain't got no, and I know sometimes it may look like, what do you have normally? Yeah, a teleprompter. I don't have none of that. You know why? Because the concepts are here. I have studied these concepts. I have researched these concepts. I have self-taught myself these concepts and have implemented them and worked them and pivoted them and moved them around, huh? Say what now? Oh, my personal assistant saying, you living it. She way in her office down the hall talking about, you living it. So I want you to catch that. So until you can do it that way, you have not wrapped your mind around all the concepts yet. So that means you may have to put yourself in a position of vulnerability a little bit to at least trust someone who comes off as no pun intended, trustworthy, right? So you need to at least trust someone. And I want to gain your trust. I want to earn your trust. I want you to give me and my company an opportunity to help you, especially if you're having a hard time wrapping your mind around concepts that will help you properly start or restart, structure or restructure, and ultimately scale your business. Okay? So your holding company is an asset management entity, which means in essence you are an asset manager. Now your asset management entity is actually owning what assets? Your business operations. But there are so many other layers. This is where the scale comes in at. This is where the scale comes in at. Because now there are so many other layers between your holding company and your operating company. Is so, oh my God, is so many layers that you can provide to use to give your holding company and these operating companies lifts. And if you give these operating companies lifts, that means you're doing what? You're scaling. To scale means to lift. So what are some of those things that you can do? Well, let's look at the power of properly scaling. So let's look at it. So here we have holding company, LLC, right? We got holding company LLC. Then we have divisions. These are departments that you're using as little baby incubators within your organization to go into the market and to do some pilots, some test runs. So when you have an idea, you take that idea, you drop that idea out of your head into your holding company. If you need to brand that idea or put a name to that idea or put a price to that idea, you could take these ideas here as divisions and introduce them to the market, right? But what's going to happen is some of these ideas are going to become adults. So the babies that are divisions are going to become adults. This is the power of scaling your business. And those adults are going to become operating LLCs, which some of you are already in a position to have separate entities, where this would be LLC number 1. You already have LLC number 2. You may have LLC number 3. You may have LLC number 4. The only difference is you as an individual are not owning 2, 3, and 4. Who's owning 2, 3, and 4? LLC number 1. So now we're going to take the ownership of these and we're going to give them to LLC number 1 so that you stand at the top owning your asset management company. And what assets are you managing now? You're managing the assets of other operating LLCs. And once you start the process of building an infrastructure to scale, now all of a sudden, let's say if LLC number 1 or number 2 provides a certain service. Well, what if that service has a certain process or has a certain way of doing what it does because you created it? Could that process actually become intellectual property, or what we may call IP? So let's say if you have a cooking, I love to use cooking because it's such a simple way of explaining these concepts. So let's say if you have a cooking business. So you got your holding company LLC right here. I'm not going to use my holding company LLC as my cooking company or my catering company or my food truck. I'm going to take my cooking LLC and I'm going to make money doing what? Cooking. That's the service I'm providing. But now I want to scale it. So how can I scale my cooking LLC? Well, as an asset manager, I'm going to have my LLC, my holding company, to own the recipes. So now my recipes are assets. I'm going to have a cookbook. That's an asset. I may put the cookbook in its own publishing LLC just to leverage it. My recipes may be licensed. I may drop them in a separate LLC if I have to, or just leave it up to there. Now I got my cooking. I could have catering as another LLC. Oh, I forgot. I can have kitchenware as products. So if you see now, all of a sudden, I could take one operating LLC because I dropped it under my holding company LLC, and I can start scaling that thing in ways with other items that are both intellectual and physical. That's how you properly start, structure, and scale your business. So for those of you that are watching me and you're saying, Ramon, this is like game changing. And most of you that watch me and listen to me, when you hear me talk about these concepts, it's not like you're foreign to them. It's just that you haven't really put yourself in a position to become more acquainted with them. And this is where we come in at, because when I say we help people start, structure, and scale their businesses, their ministries, their income streams, and wealth building dreams, I just gave you a brief one show preview, of how that actually looks. Think about if you had us for 1 year. Think about if I was coaching you for a year. Can you imagine having to listen to me and me and my team coach you and consult you and train you for a year just on that concept alone? You will literally become an asset manager within this year. You will go from just being a hustler, a grinder, an entrepreneur, a small business owner, an operator, to an asset manager, because now you've gotten into a different game. You're playing a different game. And trust me, the people who are wealthy, and I'm not saying people who are millionaires, because I know a whole lot of people who are millionaires. You can turn on TV and see people who are millionaires, but they're not wealthy, and they're not going to really scale to wealth unless they have these types of infrastructures in place. So for those of you that know, I need this information, I need the coaching, I need the training, we're offering a 1-year business coaching program. I don't even know if next week I'm gonna still keep that offer. For the last 3 weeks now, we have reintroduced a 24-month payment plan. We discontinued that for a few months, and then a few weeks ago when I came back from my 18-year anniversary vacation, I just had this grand idea to open up our 24-month payment plan option for you, for my community members, just to get you in, because that's how much we believe in what we do. We have so much confidence in what we use to teach people, to train people, and to coach and consult people, that I have been willing to bring people into our 1-year business coaching program, a 1-year program, and offer them 24-month payment plans. So our 1-year coaching, it is a $5,000 program, which the truth is, when I first started my coaching division, I was reluctant because I'm more of a consultant. I like the consulting side of business. That's what I really, really love to do, because it's more mechanical, it's more system involved, there's more process involved, and it gives me the ability to really come in and hammer down on that client and say, let's fix it, let's put it back together, and let's get to moving. The coaching has to be a little more personal. It has to involve a little more time, because most people who need coaching don't have a business set up. They're not making a whole lot of substantial amount of money. So they need help to get to that point to where they could actually become legitimate consulting clients. So I put this 1-year coaching program together, and it's a $5,000 program. And so I offered, which the offer still stands, a 24-month payment plan. Which means if you call today or you text us today and you have never been a part of anything that we have provided in our consulting division, our coaching division, or our training division, your first payment will actually be $208.33. I don't know nowhere you can join a coaching program, especially a $5,000 program that will be worth every dime you pay, that you could take a 1-year coaching program that's worth $5,000, get a 24-month payment plan, meaning that not only do you start for $208, but you're only in the coaching program for a year. I don't even know if I'm gonna get the other year of payments. You could disappear after the coaching program, but I have so much faith because guess what? Numbers don't lie. Back to what I said earlier. A lot of the people who joined our coaching program when we launched this 1-year program in April, a lot of them who were on our payment plan and they're still on it, guess what a lot of them have already done? They've already reached back out to us to say, number one, if you extend the program beyond this year that you have it, I would love to join it for another year. That's number one. Number two, most of them have said, you know what? I want to be a part of your business certification, because we have a business certification program where we literally train you how to coach and consult others like we coach and consult. So this is a business certification program. So we've had many of our coaching clients who are on payment plans reach out to us and say, you know what? I want to upgrade to the business certification. I want you to train me how to do what you and your team does in my industry, but I want to blanket it with business and finance consulting and coaching. That's our business certification. We also have what we call the RP licensing program. And we've had people that are members of our coaching program to reach out to us and say, you know what? Instead of me being certified, how about I blanket my certification with licensing so that I can use your products and services? Like you literally can purchase a license through our program, get the training for business certification, because we want to make sure you're trained on how to coach and consult, even if you just use the license to sell our online products, where all you're doing is just transacting and making money because you have authorization to use our products and to sell them. But we have people who have joined this 1-year business coaching program because I told you, I got so much faith and confidence in what we do. I already know before the year is up, they're going to be reaching back out saying, can I get another year of coaching, or can I get your certification or your licensing? Because this information is not common. You're not going to find this information. You know, I just did it last night. I regularly lurk on other people's platforms who provide coaching and consulting, especially the social media gurus that I see. And I was just on one website last night, really. And I was looking at what they provided. And this was a life coach that was providing a certification for life coaching. And, you know, it was several $1,000s. I think it may have been 10,000 in and out the door. But I was going through like that. You know how you have your modules, you can see what you're learning. And I was going through and I was like, wow, I could give that away on YouTube. I'm like, no, I could just take all my YouTube videos and just make them a course and charge $1,000 and beat this type of person out. But guess what? That's not important to me. I'm looking for the perfect client. Those of you who don't just have an interest in being coached or interest in being professionals, interest in selling top tier world-class products, but I'm looking for people who are ready. So for those of you that are watching, if you are ready and you want to be a part of our 1-year business coaching program, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to be in here all day tomorrow in my office because I'm working on a few things that I just need to get done before I go out of town next week. And today may be the last day for that 208. Today may be the last day for that 24-month. Because I just feel like we can get people who could pay the whole $5,000. And at best, we could get people who are willing to pay a payment plan up to 12 months. Because I just feel like I put myself on the hook so much because I really want people to get into it. And my team will tell you, you can call today or text the word coaching today to join our coaching program. If you text the word coach, what is it, coaching? Mm-hmm. If you text the word coaching, text to 404 478-72. What was the comment? Do we have a comment?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Okay, what are they?
It is worth it. The only reason you won't succeed is if you don't do the work to make it happen.
Somebody said the coaching program is worth it.
She's one of your coaching clients.
One of my coaching clients.
Latika.
Okay, great. Thank you. She said it is worth it, but you got to put the work in.
Got to put the work in.
Yeah, and you got to listen to me.
And she says it's worth every dime and so much more.
You got to listen to me. So my point is, you can text the word coaching to this number here, and once we process your initial payment, if you're on a 24-month payment plan, it's going to be $208. If you are a member of our Blueprint game plan, meaning that you've already participated, we're actually going to deduct some of the costs that you've already incurred just paying for our Blueprint, and we're going to reset your account, and we will upgrade you, deduct some of the money that you've already paid for the Blueprint. We're going to give you an extra year on the Blueprint, plus make sure that we lock you into this coaching program so we can get you started. So basically, for $208, you can call, process your first payment, and while you're on the phone, my team, they'll schedule your first initial coaching session. So all of our coaching programs that we run for people, we provide one free initial coaching session. That one session alone is worth more than $200. Like you ain't going nowhere and talking to a business and financial coach and literally get an initial session with them one-on-one for $200. So I'm putting myself on the hook, because if you just skip town, which I've already had a few shady people that did that to me already. I wish I was bold enough to call their name out, but my wife would get on me. But I've had some shady people, but they have to live with that. And I hope you're watching this. All of you that's watching this, that you bought a Blueprint from me, I gave you a payment plan, you bought a coaching program, I gave you a payment plan, and because you have no integrity, you have no character, no credibility, you're shady, you're shabby, and you're losing, that's your reward. What you don't understand is you will never go beyond that point when you do people like that. So unless or until you get back to me, because I'm sure we've reached out to you 100 times. I'm just being nice not to have my attorneys send you a letter for you to have to come to Fulton County Courthouse. So you should take that into consideration, that this guy's a really good guy. He could really drop the bomb on me and have me in Fulton County Court, because I have documents, I have proof, I have videos, I have recordings to show that you did join my program. You did get onboarded and you didn't pay me my money. But that's for another time. I just thought I'd throw a little shade out there just in case you lurking and watching. But don't think I don't still have you on my list. I can call my attorney today and be like, go on, send him that letter. I can do that today. So don't try me. You know, I'm saved, but I'm not soft. But you're not that important for me to have to run after a couple $1,000s if you feel like, you know what? I don't need Ramon. Well, you should have just been an adult and say that. But anyway, back to my point. Somebody like, dog, he's really going in. You doggone right, because I don't like when people do that. And guess what? Everybody that I'm talking about, here's the crazy thing. Just so that you can know, all of you that really love me and follow me, all the people that have done me wrong are Christians. Wow. Some of them are preachers and ministers and leaders. Like, it's crazy. And you think you're gonna succeed, and you wonder why you're struggling right now. You're struggling because you don't do people right. You don't treat people right. And then when somebody gives you a lift to try to help you, this is what you do. You stop returning their calls, you don't answer them. It's all good though, because you got to sit on the sideline as a loser and watch us win. So I even get even more gratification out of knowing that, you know, I'm not calling you out. You know, I ain't saying nothing about you. I'm not having my attorneys to bombard you and send you official certified letters in the mail to bring you to Fulton County Courthouse to get my money. And you have to live with that. That's my win. Anyway, text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. For all of you who are already in our coaching program or in our Blueprint, and you know you need to polish your profession up as a consultant or as a coach. I have a business certification program. I have a licensing program. I would love to partner with you to literally mentor you and show you everything I know about business and financial coaching and consulting. You can text the word certify if you would like to set up an appointment with me so we can discuss getting you trained in our business certification, or if you want to discuss what our licensing program allows you. We have a licensing program. It's a signature licensing program which allows you the authorization to literally sell our blueprints. You can sell our School of Profits. You can sell our School of Ministry. You have access to all of our workshops, our masterminds, our boot camps, any curriculum, any material that is under the RP brand and banner, you have access to. And guess what? You can sell it as it is. We have an entire landing page, 2 landing pages on Ramon Preston University, highlighting and detailing everything that our licensing program and our certification program is about. We also have a white label. We have a white label licensing, which means you can take all of our content, all of our curriculum, all of our training materials, and you can remove my logo, remove my name, repurpose it, put your logo, your name, and you don't even have to create your own content. And you can sell it and garner not just attention, but garner the amount of money that will help you build a sustainable business model. So if you want to talk with me about it, set up an appointment, text the word certify to 404-478-7213. Here's my last announcement for the day, because that's going to end, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to end it. Here's my last announcement. On Saturday, November the 20th, Saturday, November the 20th, from 12 p.m. to 4, we're hosting a VIP sales and marketing workshop. Here's what's good about this. It's free to all of our coaching clients. So if you are in our 1-year business coaching program, we're going to have you to register. We're going to be sending out information to you within the next couple days. You're going to have to register, but the cost is going to be $0. You don't have to pay anything. For those of you that are not in our coaching program, but you know you need to learn how to create a sales system, a sales cycle, a script for your products and services. You know that you need to learn more about marketing, how to promote, how to get attention, how to actually convert that into a real sale. We have 2 offers for you, but you have to respond today, because once we upload this, the numbers change. All right. So we have a virtual VIP workshop that we're going to be hosting. This is live virtual, and this is $97. So you can call today. Well, you can actually text. You could text today. Let me just write this down. You could text the word VIP. We don't even have a landing page up right now. So you can't go to RamonPreston.com and sign up. You literally have to text VIP. Huh? To 404-478-7213. So our sales and marketing VIP workshop, we have a virtual version. You could join us live virtually. It's $97. In person, right here in Buckhead, is going to be $197. I guarantee you will learn more in this workshop than you probably have in any other workshop that you participated in with regard to sales and marketing, unless you've just been around some of the gurus and some of the big boys that are out there doing it. But if you're just talking about local workshops or seminars or webinars, the information we're going to be sharing with you on sales and marketing, man, you're going to be ready to go make some money. Your confidence level is going to go through the roof. I'm telling you, like, we got this thing going. We know what we're doing. I got some real beasts. I say that respectfully, but I got some real beasts on my team, and we got real beasts, like real professional experts that that are on our squad that support us. So if you text the word VIP today, we will give you the virtual access for $97. We will give you that. If you text the word VIP and want to join us in person, you could get it for $197. Here's the good part. This workshop is one of the 4 workshops I provide as an added bonus to our coaching program. So think about it. You could join our coaching program and get all this for free. Just text the word coaching. You don't even have to pay for any of our workshops. At least the 4. We give you 4. We give you 4 workshops and 4 masterminds. So text the word coaching if you want to be on a coaching program. Text the word certify if you really want to become a professional coach and consultant. Because if you're not a professional consultant and coach out there and you don't know what you're doing, people know that. I don't know why losers think winners don't recognize that they're losers, or amateurs think professionals don't know that they're amateurs. People know that, okay? People can listen to you and watch your body language and feel you out and make a determination that you don't know what you're doing. People can do that. You know that, right? So I want to make sure that you don't have that problem. We're getting you certified, but we're training you on our system and processes, or you can get the certification plus the licensing, and you don't even have to create your own content. You don't even have to come up with your own curriculum. You could just literally repurpose everything that I have and go and sell it, host your own workshops, sell your own blueprint game plans, sell your own coaching programs, sell your own, masterminds, and really build a strong base, but have the training material and the content that actually garners those prices. So our upcoming Sales and Marketing VIP workshop, Saturday, November the 20th. This is an early bird special, and you can only get this today by texting the word VIP. If you're already in our coaching program, we'll be sending you an email. We'll be calling you, reaching out to you within the next couple of days to get you to register. There's going to be a registration code that we give you that actually zeroes out. If you've been on our program long enough, you know once you put that code in, it zeroes it out. So you're not going to have to pay the $97 if you're virtual, or the $197. But if you're not, you want to get in on this, because just the sales and marketing alone that you're going to learn, it's going to change your life. Even if you're not a business owner, you still sales is so important. Marketing is too, but man, these are skill sets you gotta learn. And we're gonna show you how they work together and how you can work them together with your business. And I guarantee it'll change the way you make money the day of the event. So we love y'all. We want y'all to have an amazing weekend. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube page, if you're not following us on Facebook or LinkedIn, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm really thinking about going live tomorrow and doing like a 1 or 2 hour session that's going to kind of connect to our upcoming workshop and our coaching program. Because I just feel like once I get out of this weekend, I'm going out of town next week for a couple of days. I already got this feeling when I come back, a lot of the discounts and a lot of the offers that I have, I'm moving them off the table. Because I have clients that are reaching out to me. Like, you have to understand, we've got people in our coaching program who paid $5,000 to be in a coaching program. Some of them have already been a part of more than just one program that we have. And many of them are already looking to either be a part of our business certification and our licensing program. And we haven't even scratched the surface, y'all, on some of the other programs that we're about to introduce. We just brought on a new team member who is our corporate accounts executive. So we have this whole division that we're building out in our organization for corporate accounts. And we're going to be building some strong relationships with businesses, with ministries, with churches, with community groups, to bring business, entrepreneurial, and financial education and training to a lot of people. And I'm just saying that to let you know that what I'm doing on the level of the 24-month payment plan for coaching, and what I'm doing on the level of hosting real live, not replay workshops for my people is to really give as many people as I can a lift before I'm not going to be able to do that as regular as I want to. And guess what? I forgot to mention, when you join our virtual workshop, if you sign up today, we're actually giving you access to 2 other workshops. We have a business workshop or a holding company workshop. I forgot to mention that. Wow, that's a big offer. I forgot to mention that whole part, didn't I? So, I forgot to mention, if you, or when, let me say when you register, when you text VIP to the number, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get access to 3 VIP workshops. Man, this is, whew, those other 2 workshops were golden. I still have people, don't you know, we still have people talking about those other 2 workshops. So you're going to get our upcoming sales and marketing workshop. That's going to be on 11/20 at 12 p.m., okay? But while you're waiting, you're going to also have access to 12 hours of training that we did for our VIP holding company workshop, if you want to learn about holding companies, and our VIP financial workshop. Oh my God, in that one we talked about accounting. We walked you through like 2 hours of QuickBooks configuration. We talked about creative tax strategies. So you get all that for the $97. I'm just giving it to you. So while you're waiting on 11/20, you have over 12 hours of training that you can get for holding companies and financial systems. So text the word VIP. We'll reach back out to you today. We'll get you signed up, process your payment, onboard you to our upcoming VIP workshop, give you access to the other workshops so that you can start training and learning. And or you can just text the word coaching and join our coaching program and get all this for free anyway. Just up to you. So we love y'all. Be on the lookout. Make sure your notifications are on, because I'm really contemplating very hard to go live tomorrow and just to do some training while we prepare everyone from for the workshop that we're going to be hosting 6 weeks from now. Have an amazing day. I'll see you Monday right here, same place, same time on the Ramon Preston Show. Peace.